Hi, it's the, what's it, the 8th? The 8th of May, 2011. You're in my back garden. It's windy. Ireland's blowing away. Well, actually, Bin Laden got blown away, didn't he? That's on the front page of nearly every newspaper in Ireland. There's some interesting stuff inside about Ireland melting down. Not that it's big news, new news. It is big news the way it was reported, though. I think I can open this paper without getting blown away, but it's the story. Morgan Kelly, reclusive economist. Ireland headed to bankruptcy, catastrophic for a country that trades on a reputation and on an open economy. All kinds of stuff. What's interesting about the article, though, is the way Morgan takes no prisoners. He names names and talks about faintly dim former rugby players that are running banks like AIB and the Bank of Ireland. Talks about the central governor of the bank, the Irish Central Bank, being responsible for the single most costliest mistake in history of Ireland. Amazing article, and it got tremendous bounce. It's definitely the article most read in the Irish Times in the month of May, and for good reason. The story is all over the Irish blogosphere. Twitter is all ablaze with it. And look, the front of the Sindo gives away to Morgan Kelly's radical proposal. Amazing. I mean, Sunday Independent is something I never buy normally because it's just so, it steals so much stuff. And hey, the story continues inside the Sunday Independent. In front of it, Holohan is accused of the costliest mistake ever made by an Irishman. Jody Cochran and Daniel McConnell have the story. And basically saying how the government, Morgan Kelly says the government is spineless. New government policy, lying on the ground with a begging bowl. And that concept runs throughout the entire newspaper. I mean, Corcoran opens up on the inside, showing the face of Governor Patrick Holohan. Blame resting squarely in his face. I mean, Ireland's blown away as we're talking right now. And then they list the bondholders that would probably be smoked if Ireland defaulted. Maverick Kelly has won over his detractors, says Daniel McConnell. The government would be better served by stockpiling and then burning 1.5 billion euro of taxpayers' funds. That's what Morgan Kelly said back in 2008, 2007. Bertie Ahern, then Taoiseach, said people like Kelly should just commit suicide because they're talking down the economy. The man has his detractors, but the man has got people that understand. He knows what the message really is. The message isn't in singing the European song, it's actually standing up to the European masters. In the Sunday Business Post, they're pointing out what the European masters want. Pat Leahy in the front page says that they're going to increase tax continuously, and they're going to reduce credits continuously to make ends meet. Inside the paper, more of the same story. Ireland's running out of money. Inside Business, Cliff Taylor says the banking sector is going to slowly and dramatically shrink, and the memorandum to cut spending and increase taxes remains firmly in place with the EU masters. In case you didn't catch it, Ireland has a different opinion about Bin Laden. I mean, Bin Laden's evil from most people's points of view, but how the Americans dealt with him, well, that's not necessarily meeting with the political correspondent's favor. It's a complex story. People are glad that he's caught that terrorism may go down, but they're not happy with the restrictions that are still in place and with calling something a war when it's just a U.S. campaign in the minds of many people, Europeans overseas. Let's have a quick look around the garden. It's a little easier to see that we're winning the battle against slugs. We've got the slug killer. And, you know, the different plants are doing well. The strawberries, the beans, and the ferns. If you guys who watch me, you can also catch up on flickr.com, stroke photos, stroke Irish eyes, and see the photos. And before we leave the news, a quick update from Mia, who's got important news for grandmother Ricky back home. What's your news?
My new Barbie.
What?
My new Barbie.
Your new Barbie's your news? And you also have sunglasses. They're very nice. Thanks, Mia. And everything we're doing, you can see online, www.insideview.e. You can listen to my voice, audioboo.fm, stroke topgold. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Bye for now.